Hello, in this video I just want to go over how to cut up your plane here for your hair cards. So I've put the texture on a single plane with no subdivisions, so it's just 4 verts. And I'm using the Swift Loop in 3ds Max. Now this might be like the knife tool or some kind of edge cutting tool. And what you just want to do is just go to each little gap here. So this texture was made using Hair Strand Designer, and I've made sure to have these little spaces between so that I can just cut through each part there. Right, and then with that done I can do some more cuts in places, but I think it makes sense now to just choose the polygon and choose detach. Right, I have this on a shortcut key, and I can do element or clone. I'm going to do clone because it's probably easier to work with the object as opposed to a submesh. So I'll just do that. I'll rename them later. So I'm going to do that for each. Oops. Oh, and I can move that a little bit there. Let's again. So now with this one, I'm just going to go in and just cut it there at the end. So it's just save a bit of space. I could do a wee bit at the top there as well. Okay, and then delete some polys. Just realised I still have a copy there. Must have been detaching as a clone. Okay, and now I'm going to choose all these and affect the pivot and center it so it's all in the center of each object, but I'm actually going to change their Z position, so I'm just going to put in 0 like that, and then move these up because I think they'll be easier to place from the root, which is around about there. It just makes sense to put the pivot there. Okay, and next thing I want to do is, sorry about my voice by the way, I do have a bit of a blockage, could call it that. Okay, so I'm just going to just put a division down the middle there, and I can move that forward a bit, but I'll do it all in one go. So I'm going to, let's see if I can just edit all of these in one go. It doesn't let me do the shortcut. Let's try. From here. Right, what I can do is do this a slightly different way if I choose these edges. And then do connect, and then just do one in there, then I'll get those. I'll just collapse that, and then I'm just going to take all of these and do an edit, these are already selected, and I just want to like move these out a bit just to create a little bit of like a rounded shape. Okay, so it gives it a little bit of volume. You may want to reduce this at the bottom of each, so I'll just choose them and then scale them back a bit. And then that kind of gives you a starting point. You could go even a step further and chamfer these edges. So I'll do an extra one like that, and you can see how that looks. Right, and I just want to soften the normal, so I'll just go smooth and just give all the same group, and then that should be it. I'm just going to check the light isn't doing it funny. Right, then you want to rename everything, so I'll just go to tools, rename objects, and call it hair card underscore, and then just do a number. Right, and I now have hair card 10, 1, 2, 3, not exactly the order that I wanted, but whatever. I don't know how that worked that out as the best order. Let's try that one more time. I don't know if the order that you select them matters, but let's try that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's now in order. Right, I'm just gonna get rid of that and start moving these apart just to show you, or make it easier to select later. And then that would be your hair card setup. Oh, there's one thing I forgot to do. If we need these hair cards to curve, we're going to need some divisions vertically. So let me just do that as well. So I'll just hit edit poly on top of this. And if I choose just all these edges and do connect, then I can choose the number of divisions I want. Like that. Okay, I think these would get more because they're bigger. So let's do, I don't know, let's do like 16 on those. You can always subdivide and do more or add extra if you need it. And let's do this one. Let's do say 10. And these ones, maybe 7. Right, it's up to you how many you want, but then you can see it's good enough for making a shape. You can see like these maybe aren't as frequent as these ones, so I think that last 3, those last ones I'll just give them a bit more. Yeah, let's go with 10 anyway. That's it. So now you can place these and do like a bend modifier. You just collapse to. So whatever modifiers you want to use, you can use bend and twist and everything like that. So let's just change the angle, direction, the amount. So if you had this placed on the root somewhere, then you can change this. So you kind of wrap around the head. You can change the effect limit as well, like where it comes from. It might be easier to use like a deformer as well. Let's turn it off, and then you can also do like twisting, twist effect, choose which angle, the amount and things like that, and if it's more at the top, more at the bottom, what axis, and also like if it's this first or this second. Now, ideally you would set these up so they're on a, let's undo that. Okay, ideally you'd set these up so they're on a curve. So you could, oops, force a habit. But let's save that anyway. Pardon me. So you'd make your line like so. And I'm just gonna go into vertex and refine a couple of bits like there. And then change these to, yeah, they're on Bezier corner, right? So that's what you want. And then you would choose this and do a word space path deform, and then you pick the path up, and then you click move to path. And you always get this weird angle issue with things, and it really annoys me. There you go, right? It's not perfect, but you get that, and then you can add your rotation, right? And that's kind of like gonna be your setup each time. Pardon me. So now you would choose your shapes, which is your path deformer, and as soon as I start to make changes to this, it changes that. So you can work that way, which is a really cool workflow, to be honest. You can move the top one and it should move like that, and you can see it sort of pulls itself along the length of it as well. So you can, pretty sure you can prevent that from happening by choosing this, and you can choose this percent, right, and do that, and you can do stretching, right, so you can stretch it further. So if you did choose to make the path stronger, longer, then you'd have to use this stretching instead of trying to shuffle along, right? But once you've got this set up, that's it. You just need to do the same for each. And then if you wanted to work with that, you would copy both of them. So copy them, right, and they end up kind of paired, which is nice. So when you copy them and you go into this, it's not going to affect that one, it just affects this. So what I'm talking about a minute ago was, let's say I do something like that, and you know, I want a really long hair like this, then you're just going to go into the object there and change the stretch so it matches your path. And that's pretty much what you would start doing when you build up your hairs like that. You can see I'm just using the mask texture here, but you could set up this to be your color map and move this to let's just do copy, put that to your opacity there, and then you want to click this button, and that's going to use an alpha cutout effect. Be mindful if you're on like standard, it might fight with stuff. It's actually not alpha cutout, this is transparency, and as you know, transparency has a hard time dealing with, you know, what's in front and what's behind. So sometimes you get some popping and things like that. So just be mindful of that, and if you want it to behave, just switch to high quality. It will deal with it a lot better. So you could do it that way, and then you can use like a color for your your colour there, and put this up. You can change this to anisotropic if you want a kind of hair effect, and play with these. Now you'll obviously need a shader at some point when it comes to putting it in a game engine. Now to get rid of this sheen on the whole card, just move the mask also into spec color, I think, and then that'll stop that happening. It'll stop it receiving any light wherever there's black. Right, and you can also drag it into bump map as well for effect. It'll give you a kind of bump effect. Let's just do like 50 or something. It's not really important. Also, it depends on these settings, the glossiness and things like that, whether you see those. You kind of see it a bit, but it's just a fake way of doing it. There is normal maps and things that comes with this, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoy this workflow, and I'll catch you in another video. Sorry about the cold again. Bye.